Offenders in West Michigan motels at taxpayers' expense. 24-Hour News 8 first exposed this practice last week. Tonight, one West Michigan lawmaker wants answers. Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker brings us the latest twist on a story that has a lot of people talking.
Among the questions being posed by Senator Wayne Kuipers, why is the state paying for 60 paroled sex offenders to live in a motel that welcomes families and children?
Any rational person looking at this goes, what are you guys thinking?
The Grand Rapids Inn is among 3 West Michigan motels housing paroled sex offenders on the state's tab. Target 8 also found 17 staying at the Grand Inn on Plainfield Avenue in Grand Rapids and 17 at the Airport Inn in Portage. At the Grand Rapids Inn, more than a third of the 60 are there for crimes involving children. They are staying there through the Michigan Prisoner Reentry Program, which is meant to return them to society. At the same time, the Pure Michigan Travel website links to the Grand Rapids Inn, where children stay free. To be sure, Kuipers voted for the law that keeps sex offenders 1,000 feet from school property, giving the state few choices when looking for a place to keep paroled sex offenders.
I understand the situation that the Department of Corrections is in. I do. But I think if they spent a little bit of time exploring different housing options, they could come up with something more appropriate than a hotel, where on the other side of a locked door, you have families and kids.
Kuipers, a Holland Republican, is head of the committee that has oversight of the prison system. He says state officials assured him they wouldn't be quick to parole sex offenders through the reentry program. Prison officials, he says, haven't returned his phone calls. He wants answers, he says, before calling for a hearing.
We've been trying to get some information out of the department. They have not been very quick in responding to our calls.
Ken Kolker, 24-Hour News 8.
Senator Kuipers says that he expects answers from prison officials by next week. Depending on what they tell him, he may call for hearings.